elixir for women. Biotechnology prakaram engineering cheyda hair elixir. Amrut Veni ennal mudikkulla Amrut.
The next subtitle is Mrs. Diligent, inviting to present Mr. Verges Matthew, VV Matthew Penang Chapter Chairman, MATTA, and Mr. Samir Khan, our judge. The subtitle, Mrs. Diligent, goes to contestant number 12, Smita Yohanan. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Inspiring. To do the honors, I would like to invite Mrs. Mini Sargent, CEO of Sarge Group of Hotels, and Mr. Nishrit K. John, CEO of NCO Classic Tours and Cruise. And the subtitle, Mrs. Inspiring, is backed by contestant number 4, Archana Sethu. Thank you for doing the honors. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Vivacious. To do the honors, I would like to invite Dr. Elizabeth Chako, CMD of Kalpana International, and Ms. Conchita John, our groomer.
ये तो बहुत खूबसूरत है ना, लेकिन हमारी दोस्ती से ज्यादा नहीं, जिनके लिए रिश्ते ज्यादा कीमती होते हैं. Joyalukkas, world's favorite jeweler.
The subtitle, Mrs. Vivacious, goes to contestant number 7, Jewel and Baby. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Shining Star. To do the honors, I would like to invite Mrs. Deepthi Vijaykumar, MD, Aishwarya Advertising, and Mr. Jinesh, MV Fashion Photographer. The subtitle, Mrs. Shining Star, is backed by contestant number 9, Neeta C. Thank you for doing the honors. The next subtitle is Mrs. Ram Walk. To present, I would like to invite Mrs. Jyoti Aswani, Director, Aswani Lashmandas Group, and Ms. Archana Ravi, our choreographer. And Mrs. Ram Walk is contestant number 3, Archana. Thank you. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Tenacious. And to present the memento and adorn the sash, I would like to invite Mrs. Preeti Prakash, CEO of Parakkat Group of Companies.
Feel the freshness. Feel the softness. DQ 78 TFM Grade 1 Soap.
Mrs. Tenacious is contestant number 10, Priyadarshini Deepak. Thank you, ma'am. The next subtitle is Amrut, Veni, Mrs. Pretty Hair. I would like to invite Mr. Jibin, Regional Head, Amrut, Veni, to do the honors. Mrs. Pretty Hair is contestant number 13, Soumya Salidhar. Thank you, sir. The next subtitle is Mrs. Promising Model. I would like to invite Mr. Roy Manapalil, Film Director. Mrs. Promising Model, contestant number 6, Jacqueline Michael. For doing the honors. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Congeniality, and to do the honors, inviting Mrs. Shiny Justin, Managing Partner, lagriffinevents. And Mrs. Congeniality is contestant number 2, and Shruti Matthew. Moving on to the next subtitle, Mrs. Talent. I would like to invite Mrs. Jebita Ajit, Managing Director, Pegasus Global Private Limited, to do the honors. And Mrs. Talent is contestant number 5, Golda. Thank you so much. With that, we have come towards the end of the subtitles. And now it's time for us to crown the title winners. I know all of us are eagerly waiting to know who the title winners are. So before that, once again, can we have a huge round of applause for all these amazing girls?
Build your brand globally. Make your venture a success. Unique Times, Premium Business Lifestyle Magazine.